I'm going to keep my comments pretty brief here. I know we budgeted a little bit of time for it, but I think we're all coping with the same set of circumstances and the frustrations of trying to have a virtual meeting versus have a person meeting. And just one of those thoughts that crossed my mind driving down the road there, as I like to refer to it, the windshield time. The thought occurred to me that I probably, and this was said in my letter, uh, I think I probably get more out of the individual conversations, or at least as much as I do out of the stuff on the agenda. And that's not to say that there's not value in those scheduled speakers. I really enjoyed Dr. Strum's presentation just now. I see a lot of value in that, but I also get a lot of value out of that one-on-one conversations, the hallway conversations, the cocktail hour, and so on. That it just allows me to ask really stupid questions and get really good answers. So figuring out how we overcome that has been something that I've been kind of obsessing on. And one of the things I feel like we can do moving forward is try and turn this to our advantage. And what I mean by that is maybe we can tend to a little bit more of our uh, business, our company business, if you will, the GMDA business through this platform, so that when we do have an opportunity to meet in person, then we have more time that allows us to explore some of these ideas, and I get to hear about things that's going on in other states, whether it's through the presentations or in the hallways. Uh, I think maybe by the time we get to our property, a lot of us have kind of got an eye on the clock, and we're ready to get out of there, and we've all got flights to catch and so on. And so maybe this will be the silver lining, if you will, allow us an opportunity to go forward, go into some of our in-person meetings, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to get back to that pretty quick. But when we do, maybe we will have been able to take care of some of our board meeting business and allow for a schedule that is more of an information exchange. So another thing that I wanted to touch on is first of all, I wanted to own up some responsibility for the proverbial fumble there on committees, because I had committed to do some work on water quality, and Dick had offered to help me if memory serves, and I have done precious little towards that end. And I guess my excuse should be COVID, because that's what I hear from everybody anymore. If something's not getting done, it's because of COVID. But I can't even blame that. I just haven't, and that's absolutely me fumbling the ball. So having said that, I think a lot of the committees that we have, that's one of the things that I see a lot of value in for the organization. And I'll use the groundwater committee that well, actually it is the GMDA committee or the NWRA committee, which is our contribution there. I When I sat in for the NWRA meeting, listening to their committee reports, uh, I couldn't help but be a little impressed. Everybody they've kind of broke up the workload so that there's not one person trying to ferret out information down all of those pathways, which is absolutely the whole concept behind having these committees. And I think going forward, I'd like to see our committees be a little more active, sharing information that they have gathered. So that's another one of those random thoughts that I have had that hopefully we can pursue in the year going forward. So going back to this idea of what we're going to do virtually, I'm hoping that we can have another meeting later this year, and kind of in lieu of being able to have our in-person meetings, get back to that information sharing concept where we're able to hear some of the things going on in different areas. We all get stuck in our little rut. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here in New Mexico, and and I kind of have to step back from it and call it interesting instead of just maddening. But regardless, I really hate it when we solve a problem and then look up and see that, well, Kansas solved that same problem a few years ago. And well, that would have been helpful if I would have applied their formula instead of having to invent my own. And so the struggles that we're going through here, I think there's value in you guys hearing about that, and I really want to hear what's going on in other places. So with that, that is about all I really wanted to say during my little allocation of time. And I'd love to hear some feedback from you all and kind of make this a group effort moving forward.